That frustration with Christian Bliss is bubbling to the surface with the UVA basketball program. Chris Graham here, Augusta Free Press. Word leaking out from inside the program is that the coaching staff is frustrated with redshirt freshman guard Christian Bliss, who's yet to suit up for a game this season after suffering a foot injury back in the preseason. Now, officially, no, we're not hearing any of that frustration in public. Um, it's to a point where Ron Sanchez, the interim coach, when he was asked about Bliss on his weekly Zoom ACC teleconference on Monday, he came across as trying to be like sounding like he was understanding. But it doesn't take much to read between the lines. Here's the quote that he gave in response to a question about Bliss. Right now, Christian has the opportunity to step on the floor in practice. He's just not feeling good enough to get on the floor. That's a player decision. We as coaches aren't going to force him to get up if he says that my foot is hurting me and I don't feel like he can perform at the level I want to. That's practically war and peace on this topic because in the last few weeks, every time Sanchez would be asked about Christian Bliss and his status, he would, say day to day. Um, After the loss to Louisville on last Saturday, he said, "I have no update on Bliss." I mean, so he's, quickly dismissed it and moved on. And then you get all those words there from Sanchez explaining the situation. I mean, going back into it, basically he says that Bliss is he's saying in his mind he's ready to get back out there and practice, but he's just not. Um, he could use Sanchez could use the help. Day Day Ames is in the doghouse for some reason, leaving Virginia with Andrew Rohde as the option at point guard. Ishan Sharma, a perimeter guy, is the backup point guard. Not the best situation. Virginia, you might remember, lost Jalen Worley before the season. He was a Florida State point guard that decided then to just transfer out after Tony Bennett left. And now Worley's committed to Gonzaga, where he'll play next season. Um, the backstory on Bliss was a good one. He bypassed his senior year of high school last year, decided to enroll early at UVA. He was able to enroll early, which is interesting too. He gave up his senior year of high school to go to college. Not everybody can do that. He decided that it would be more valuable to his development to be running the scout team going against Reese Beekman every day than it would be to play more high school basketball. And, kind of admire that, right? Um, then that plan got cut short when Bliss suffered an ankle injury that eventually required surgery during last season. So you saw him on crutches on the sidelines an awful lot during the ACC part of last season. Um, but coming into this season, he figured heavily into the plans. There was a lot of talk about maybe this kid starts at point guard for this team. So then he had the foot injury. He's been out of he's been out of his boot on the foot since mid-November. So that's almost 2 months now. It's just not playing, just not even practicing. So more from Sanchez. We'll continue to nurse him. Our doctors have done a fantastic job with him, he says. It's a decision that he has to feel good enough and comfortable enough and confident with his foot in order to get on the floor. Um, Ask a follow-up on whether doctors are cleared. Sanchez said he would have to address that to the training staff. He said, "I think right now we've done everything we could. This is more of a player feeling. He doesn't feel healthy, then he's not." I will say, I didn't write this in the column, but I'll say this out loud here that the frustration that has gotten to me is that there's a feeling that Bliss has read the situation with this UVA basketball team as this season is a lost season, and he's going to sit out so that he can apply for a medical red shirt and transfer out and have 4 years left on his college clock. I don't know that I can argue with that on his part. This is a lost season for this Virginia program, and so yeah, I don't know that I can say anything bad there, but yeah, definitely that's an issue between him and the coaching staff. I don't know. Maybe if the kid plays, maybe the season isn't the lost season that it looks like right now. But I'm not sure. The second coming of Ty Jerome, I don't know that would save this team this year, unfortunately. So, but that's the situation, unfortunately, and the stalemate I just assume is going to continue.